It would be a gross understatement to say that these two have taken India by storm.
And the raging debate to decipher which is more badass of the two has made the route of most drunken brawls in pubs all across India.
So, in the matter of public interest, we've decided to take this issue in our own hands.
These are hands down the best looking naked street fighters available in India right now.
So either way, you can't go wrong.
The Duke stands out mainly because of its offbeat, supermoto inspired design. It is chiseled, razor sharp and flaming orange. So you won't just stand out in the crowd, you will be grabbing those eyeballs.
The NS is understated in comparison, but is no less of a looker. I mean, it resembles a brute with its sculpts, the naked frame and the fat rear tire. It has been designed to tell the world that it means business.
But as far as the attention to detail is concerned, the Duke is the clear winner here. The Duke has been built for a purpose, and comfort did not rank very high on that plan. The suspension is a little on the stiffer side, the pilot seat is hard, and the pillion one almost non-existent.
This is where the NS really shines through. The riding position is sporty, but not overly aggressive. The seats are well padded and designed for comfort. The suspension too is a bit on the softer side. So if comfort is what you're looking for city and long rides, the NS is definitely the way to go.
Both these bikes share very similar engine configuration. Both are 200cc, both are liquid cooled, make pretty much the same amount of power, and both have 4 valves.
Even though the KTM is fuel injected with a single spark plug, whereas the NS is carbureted with 3 spark plugs for efficient combustion.
But it is the way the power is delivered on these two bikes which really sets them apart. The Duke accelerates almost like a 2-stroke because of its short gearing and curve weight of just 136 kgs. And the double overhead camshafts ensure quick revs with minimum vibration.
The power delivery on the NS is more linear, and its tall gearings means that you can accelerate hard, but it's not as exaggerated as that of the Duke. Also, the SOHC setup means that you can feel the engine stress up more at high RPMs compared to that of the Duke.
So head on, the Duke does accelerate a shade faster than the NS.
In the braking department, the NS features a 280mm front disc with normal brake lines as compared to the Duke with a 300mm front disc with steel braided lines. But it provides just as good stopping power as that of the KTM, but the feedback on the latter is a bit better.
Both these bikes are neck to neck as far as the handling is concerned.
The upright handlebars on both the bikes makes it very easy for the riders to tip the bike into the corners, and both feel planted all the way through.
Although it is a little easier for the rider to anchor himself on the KTM Duke because of the rare set foot pegs and the sculpted tank design.
On the NS, it takes a little more effort to lock your knee, but once you find the sweet spot on the tank and the foot pegs, the Pulsar provides a great body position to attack corners as well.
Also, the linear power delivery and the tall gearing on the NS makes it a lot easier for new riders to ride that bike around corners, especially when compared to the sporty power delivery on the Duke, which requires much better throttle control.
Experienced riders will love the Duke for this very reason.
So that brings us to the verdict now.
Or does it?
So we obviously cannot have this review without that. I mean, stunting is such an important part of both KTM as well as Bajaj, because that's what made them the brand they are today. But then when we were talking about stunting, we had to get a professional.
And who's better than India's rising stunting star, Rishikesh Manke?
So after riding these bikes though, what was the difference that you found between these two bikes? Like, is there any difference from the stunting point of view?
Yeah, there is a difference between the forks. Like if you see, the KTM forks is the upside down forks, and NS is the stock forks.
So you're basically saying that even though this has better equipment in terms of upside down forks, but it's a little on the heavier side.
Yeah.
Whereas because this has the stock forks, they are lighter, so
Yeah.
it's easier to pull wheelies.
Right.
Okay. Also the handlebars are different. Does that make any difference at all?
Yeah. If you use the single handlebar, it's very easy to pull wheelie on single handlebar as compared to the two-piece handlebar.
So again, there the KTM has an advantage there,
Yeah.
but it's a single handlebar.
Right.
Okay.
Balance, I was very good on the NS as compared to the KTM, just because of the brake system. I like this paddle as compared to the KTM. If you see the KTM paddle, it's very short and the round, so there is more chances to your leg get slip while doing the stunt riding or freestyling, anything.
And lastly, what do you think of the power delivery?
KTM is very aggressive as compared to the NS.
Correct.
And NS is very smooth as compared to the KTM. If you want to do the fastest wheelie, this bike is very best. And if you want to do the slow wheelies and freestyling, this bike is very best.
So overall, I know you like both the bikes, but if you had to choose for any stunt show, what would be your first option?
NS.
NS?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Alright, thank you so much. It was great having you and seeing you pull off those awesome wheelies. Now that we have ridden these bikes extensively, having ridden them back to back to see how they do, what are your impressions?
Choosing between these two street fighters is simply a matter of mind and heart.
Yeah, that's definitely a good way of putting it, because my heart would definitely go for the Duke because of its spunky power delivery. It makes even normal city commute seem like a lip-smacking affair.
But then if you sit down and listen to your mind, the NS makes a whole lot of sense. It's comfortable, it's versatile, it's good on looks, and it's evenly matched on power.
Yeah, that's true. And another thing is, it also got the vote of a professional stunter. He said that this one was a better choice because it was more comfortable, making it a lot easier. And not to forget, it's a good 45,000 rupees cheaper than the Duke. So I think that's about it from our side, because we have done the testing and we have put the ball in your court now. So it's up to you to decide to go for your heart or to go for your mind.